Hello friends, welcome to this vocabulary learning program. I am Nursery Reddy. I am a teacher and I run a GRE TOEFL training institute called PROMAC in Hyderabad. We have 3 branches in Tarnaka, Amirpet and Panjagutta, and we have been providing GRE and TOEFL training and IELTS training for the past 16 years. I am conducting this show with the objective of teaching English vocabulary in a very enjoyable, rememberable and understandable manner. Many of you are preparing for competitive exams like CAT, GRE, GMAT, bank exams or campus recruitment exams where you can get jobs in software companies, etc. In all these tests, one of the primary areas that is tested is English knowledge and mainly English vocabulary, that is ability to understand the meanings of the words. Some of you are housewives or working professionals, but you must be facing lot of problem in your day-to-day life because of lack of proper English knowledge. So, to fulfill the needs of various segments of people, I am conducting this show to teach English vocabulary in a logical, intelligent and rememberable manner. The method we follow is, we take some words from newspaper articles, we explain those words, and from these words we will be trying to learn more and more words that we can learn in the form of synonyms, that is words with similar meaning to a given word, antonyms, that is a word that is opposite in meaning, or some words that are sounding very similar to these words and thus confused. So, let us start with our first word. This is an article in the newspaper called Economic Times. So, if you see, PPP is a Sisyphean task for infrastructure needs. So, there is an article written by a famous economist called Hari Shankaran, and he uses PPPs is a Sisyphean task for infrastructure needs. What is Sisyphean? Maybe in normal day-to-day life you do not use these type of words, but in competitive exams these type of words come quite regularly. What is Sisyphean task? Sisyphean comes actually from a mythological person called Sisyphus. This person called Sisyphus was a very bad ruler, or he was a king and he was a pretty bad person. So, one day he was punished by one of the other gods who is superior to him, and the punishment given to this Sisyphus, because that god was so irritated by this Sisyphus, he wanted to give a punishment which is unending. So, he told Mr. Sisyphus, you have this boulder which is basically a big stone, and you have to, so this is a mountain. So, the punishment given to this person called Sisyphus was, he has to take this boulder to the top of the mountain. His punishment will end when this guy takes this stone to the top of the mountain, a round stone, he has to roll it upside the mountain. So, Sisyphus thought, okay, this is a pretty simple punishment, I can finish it in 1 or 2 days. But the thing was, he will put lot of effort and move the stone to the top, immediately it will start rolling down. So, you take it to up, then again it falls down. You take it up, it falls down. So, it was a lot of effort which in the end proves to be useless, because it is a continuous repetitive effort, but the result is always negative. So, when we talk about a Sisyphean task, what is a Sisyphean task? Sometimes in life we do some things, we put lot of effort, we put lot of energy, we put lot of money, but keep on we try, but in the end the result is useless. The result is no result. So, that is what is called a Sisyphean task. A Sisyphean task is any unending, laborious and very tough task or work which in the end proves useless or futile because you cannot complete the task or the result is always negative. So, that is what is called a futile useless task, which is very long, very tough, etc. I hope you understood the meaning of the word. Let us go to some more words that are there in this newspaper. So, we have another article in this Economic Times newspaper only. So, this article says, okay, so this article is about International Monetary Fund. So, this article says IMF, which is International Monetary Fund, lauds India's monetary policy to control inflation. IMF lauds India's monetary policy to control inflation. Here, first let us understand what monetary is, and then let us go to the word laud. What is monetary? Monetary is anything related to money. Monetary policy means policy related to money. So, in every country there is a reserve bank or there is a federal bank. So, that our federal bank decides various measures related to supply of money, usage of money, etc. So, that is called monetary policy. So, what is monetary? Monetary is related to money. Let us discuss some monetary issues. What are the monetary returns that you are getting in this company? In the meaning of money, we also have some more words. LUCRE, lucre. This also means money. So, lure of the lucre. Hey, why are you starting this business? Because this business is very lucrative. What is lucrative? Lucrative is anything where there is a lot of money. Anything where there is a lot of money. Lucrative, lot of money, having much money. In the meaning of money, we also have a word called moolah. He made lot of moolah in the stock market. He made lot of moolah in this business. So, moolah is also money. Moolah is also money. So, lucrative, moolah, etc. So, we all want money and we do certain things to make money. Any field where people believe there is a lot of money, that is what is called El Dorado. For many middle class Indians, IT industry in United States of America is a El Dorado. For many ordinary Indians, stock market is a El Dorado. Real estate industry is a El Dorado. Investing in lands is a El Dorado. What is El Dorado? El Dorado is a mythical place. So, this is also a word that comes from mythology. So, El Dorado is a mythical place which is filled with mountains and mountains of gold and diamonds and all. So, it is a place where people go in search of wealth. It is a place where people go in search of becoming rich. So, when I say United States of America is the El Dorado for many middle class Indians, that means lot of middle class Indians look at America as a place of wealth and they would like to go there to become rich. So, El Dorado, lucrative, and moolah. So all these are related to money. We discussed a root word called money. Money, I said, is money. Coming from this root word called money, we have some more words. One of the words is patrimony, and another word is alimony. What is patrimony? Patrimony, patr means father. Money means money. Patrimony is money coming from father. So children get some money or inheritance from the father. That's called patrimony. Alimony. What is alimony? Alimony is related to marriage. A person gets married to another person. A man and a woman get married. After some time they could not continue with their marriage because of differences, and they go for divorce. So when you have a divorce, you have to provide, whichever is the rich party has to give a certain amount for the maintenance of the lifestyle of the other partner. So this money given to your wife when you get divorced. So when you divorce your wife, you have to pay some money to your wife for her maintenance. That's called alimony. Alimony is money given at the time of divorce or money given because of divorce is what is called alimony. Alimony. And coming from this root word called moni, which is money, we also have one more word, parsimonious. So what is parsimonious? There are some people who are over or excessively careful with money. They do not spend money even when it is necessary to spend. So they are over careful with money. They are very stingy. They are very miser. What is stingy? Miser. A stingy, miser, skinflint, parsimonious. All these people are people who are over or excessively careful with money. Over careful, more careful with money than necessary. Sometimes you may misunderstand the meaning of the word because you know the root word. I told you patrimony. Patr is father, money is money. Since we understand patrimony, where patr is father, money is money, patrimony is money coming from a father. If you see the word matrimony, what do you think? Matr. Matr is mother. Money is money. So you may misunderstand the root word. From the root word, in a logical way you build. Matrimony, you may think money coming from mother. But matrimony has got nothing to do with money coming from a mother. Matrimony is marriage. How did this word come? I do not know. What is the relationship of money and mother and matrimony? I am not very sure. But matrimony means marriage. Since we learnt matrimony is marriage, let us learn some more words related to marriage. Anything related to marriage, we can say marital. So marital is related to marriage. In the meaning of related to marriage, we can also take conjugal. So conjugal is also related to or associated with marriage. And another related word is betrothal. What is betrothal? Troth. Troth means marriage. Be is to become. So betrothal is engagement. You are engaged to a person to get married. So that ceremony of engagement or where you are engaged to a person is called betrothal. So we have taken a word from this newspaper called monetary. And from this monetary, we have discussed some words. Let's understand one more word, Lord. International Monetary Fund lauds India's monetary policy. What is laud? You all heard of the word applaud. Applause. What is applause? Suppose you are a singer. You sing a song very beautifully. How do people show their appreciation? They clap. You are a sportsman. You played a brilliant game. How do the spectators show their appreciation? They clap. So that sound of clapping is called applause. So applause is the sound of clapping. When somebody is clapping, what are they doing? They are showing their appreciation or praise for you. So what is applaud? Applaud is to praise or to show their appreciation. So when somebody is praising you, they are showing their liking for you, so they are applauding. So these words come from laud. What is laud? Laud or laudatory. This person gave lot of laudatory comments. The article was very laudatory about the measures taken by the minister. So laudatory is anything that praises, anything that praises. So any statement or article which is praising a person, or any speech or any viewpoint which is praising or appreciating somebody is called laudatory. So plaudit. The minister presented a budget and the minister received lot of plaudits from many economists and from many citizens and even from many ordinary people. So what is plaudit? Plaudit is a praising comments or appreciatory comments, etc. So we have discussed laud. Laud basically means to praise. From this word called laud, we have taken laudatory, applaud, applause, plaudit, etc. So in the meaning of praising, we can also take lot of words. So some of the words in the meaning of praising are eulogy, encomium, accolade, paean, panegyric, etc. Eulogy. Eulogy will be given in dictionaries as song of praise. What do we mean by song of praise? Many times when one of your relatives dies, at the time of the funeral, the relatives and friends will come and give very positive and praising speeches about the life of that person, about the great things that person has done, about what an impact that person created on your life. That's generally called eulogy. But eulogy is not only related to funeral. When suppose I say the politician has done so much work for his constituency and the people of that constituency eulogize him. The boss has done certain good things, so the employees have eulogized that person. That social worker has done certain great thing, so people eulogize him. So eulogy is song of praise. Encomium is also praise. Accolade. What is accolade? If you see accolade, in dictionaries the meaning of accolade is given as word of merit. When I say word of merit, any award, any citation, any positive things. This boy has been consistently performing excellently in sports and academics and also community service. So he received lot of accolades from the school and also from the government for his community service and for his academic performance. Accolade is word of merit, which is also praise or appreciation. Paean or panegyric. Paean or panegyric is also given as song of praise. Song of praise. So we have taken a word called laud from the newspaper. So IMF lauds India's monetary policy to control inflation. That means what? IMF is praising the money policy that India has taken related to its money and India's efforts to control inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is basically anything. Inflation is increasing. Inflate. When you inflate a balloon, what happens? When you inflate a balloon, the balloon becomes bigger. So what is inflation? Inflation is sometimes the supply of money becomes more, and the earlier with $1 you could buy a certain item. Today with $2 you could buy that item. That means what? The value of money has decreased because there is too much money, or the supply of money is more and the value decrease. That's generally called inflation. What is the opposite? Opposite is deflation. So what is deflation? Deflation is also basically anything becomes less. So inflation, deflation. Deflation is the opposite. There is one more word called stagflation. What is stagflation? Stagflation is a word that comes from combination of stagnation and inflation. There are certain situations in different countries and different economies. There are two problems. Economy gets stagnated. Economy is not growing. So people's incomes are getting affected. That's called stagnation. Economy is stagnated. What is inflation? Inflation is the money that I have. With that, the value of the money is decreasing, and with $100, earlier I could buy some item. Now I could buy the same item at $150. So inflation is one problem. Economic stagnation and the growth of economy getting affected. But sometimes in very bad situations, you have stagnation and inflation both occurring at the same time. So any economic situation where economic stagnation and inflation both occur at the same time, that is called stagflation. So I hope you understood these words. We have discussed some words coming from this article. If you develop reading habit, almost every day in the newspapers, there are many interesting words that are given. If you read them and if you try to understand them, you don't need to learn vocabulary by putting a concerted effort or by going to a class or getting bored about it or getting frustrated about it. If you just spend half an hour every day reading newspaper and picking any words that you do not follow properly and try to understand, you will get lots of words. Suppose you see there is an article in Deccan Chronicle paper, CM's or Chief Minister's office jinxed. What is jinx? What is jinx? So some of you might have seen one James Bond movie. In that James Bond movie, one of the heroines is named Jinx. So it's a Pierce Brosnan movie. So in that, one of the heroines is called Jinx. What is Jinx? Jinx is Halle Berry. So in one of the James Bond movies, this actress called Halle Berry plays an American agent, and Pierce Brosnan is James Bond, and in that this Halle Berry's name is Jinx. What is Jinx? Jinx, if you want to take in our culture, there are certain people or certain items, they are branded as having some negative impact on anything. Anything they do, it will flop. Suppose this house is jinxed, means anybody who lives in that house, something bad is happening to them. This job is jinxed. Anybody joins that job, something bad is happening to them. This actor is jinxed. Whichever movie that actor is acting, you call that person as jinxed. So if you have to understand, in terms of Indian culture, there are some people who are called iron leg. So when we say somebody is an iron leg, that means that person is jinxed. So that house is an iron leg, that means that house is jinxed. So jinxed is something that has a negative image about it, something that is considered to be bad luck. Anything jinxed is anything that brings bad luck. Anything that brings bad luck. So and so actor is jinxed. Whichever movie he acts, the movie becomes a super flop. That office building is jinxed. Whoever starts a company in that office, they fail in business. So and so post is jinxed. Whoever takes that post, they are jinxed. They are something bad is happening to them. So anything that brings bad luck or anything that is iron leg. Now what is the opposite of iron leg? Golden leg. What do you call somebody who is golden leg? There are some people, they are believed to have a golden touch. Whatever they do, they become very successful. Anything that they touch becomes gold. Anybody who has a golden touch is called Midas touch. Anything who has a golden touch is called Midas touch. In America, they pronounce it as Midas touch. So Midas or Midas, whatever it is, pronunciation, that's okay. Different regions, different areas pronounce things in a different way. What is this Midas touch? Midas touch is coming from the name of a mythological person called Midas. So this Midas was a king or some such thing, and this guy wanted to become very rich. I am explaining a broad story. There may be one or two slight differences in the actual story, but purpose is not to know the story but to understand the meaning of the word. So this Midas wanted to become extremely rich. So he prayed to God. God became visible to him and said, Midas, I am very happy with you that you are worshipping me like this. Tell me what you want. Then Midas said, God, I want to be very rich. So please grant me a wish that whatever I touch should automatically become gold. God asked, Midas, I don't mind giving you that wish, but are you sure you want that? Yes, sir, sure, I want it. Okay, then go ahead. Anything you touch will become gold. So this Midas felt very happy, went to his kingdom, touched everything, walls, board, windows, fans, ACs, everything started becoming gold. So within one day he became extremely rich. He became the richest man in the world. Then he thought, okay, I have made enough money. So he sat somewhere, called the servant and said, hey, I am hungry, get me some food. The servant brought some food. The minute Midas touched the food turned into gold. He could not eat it. Then he said, Arey, I am unable to eat the food, it's becoming gold. Okay, get me some milk. Servant brought milk. The minute he touched milk, milk became gold. Arey, what is this? Then he had a small daughter. The daughter came close to him, daddy, daddy. So this guy, out of affection, he hugged his daughter. The daughter became a statue of gold. Then Midas realized, what is the uselessness of having money if you do not have anybody to love? But in this story, this guy called Midas had the ability to convert anything he touches into gold. So when we say Midas touch is golden touch. In Telugu we say Pattindalla Bangaram. So and so person has a Midas touch. So friends, I hope you are enjoying this learning session. We will be learning lots of words every day by using newspapers, magazines and teaching words in a logical way. Please give us some feedback. Let us know whether you are finding this useful or not. Any suggestions, anything that you would like to know more, kindly contact us by sending an email at promaccoaching@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Come back again and we will be learning more words and understanding more words. Thank you.